A little bit of a push in. Now this is just confusion. He wants to make sure he is there while his teammate comes in from the other side.
They're playing this to perfection, aren't they? Not giving a chance, not a chance in hell for the side of Icy. And in the blue, it is going to be played to absolute perfection. And correct me if I'm wrong, that is Stalwart Flex getting the first chicken dinner in the Super Weekend.
It is indeed, and we've all been wondering this question, that where is that chicken dinner? Because they've been getting those high, consistent placement points indeed. However, they didn't have a chicken dinner to their name, and I made a joke, maybe they...
Drop contains, and here we go. Footsteps heard. Mafia Ninja aware. Spots out Johnny. Johnny slowly falling on back. They're all grouping up together. Galton's a distance away. He could be a surprise package here from the distance, laying down a bit of covering fire, but Mafia Ninja's position has been compromised. And Johnny, instead of taking the fight with the guns, he's going to be deploying, lobbing a number of nades. Crypto, very lucky to be alive here. He's going to heal himself in the nick of time. Mafia Ninja as well, extremely low. An early exchange of utility, but no one going down just yet.
No one going down just yet, and Stalwart Flex, it does look like on paper they have the little upper hand, they have that ridge to work around. However, danger could be lurking sooner or later near them, as INES, like I did mention, they were going to brave the blue zone just for a little bit because they don't want to lose out on their position points. They could potentially come in and stab them in the back. However, as you did mention, DRS's Galzin was in a wonderful position to thwart any flanks as far as Stalwart Flex go.
Mafia Ninja still lying prone. And I like how Stalwart Flex are being very wary. They're not crossing the crest of this gentle hill. They wait, they bide the time, working in pairs. A bit of a different approach compared to DRS, where they have everyone kind of strewn a little, I wouldn't say too isolated, but they are a bit of a distance away, while Stalwart Flex opting to play in pairs of two. Mr. Burrow is going to run away, and they're going to be trying to play for the zone here.
Have a look at Galzin's position on your screen right now, high up to the right. Now that is going to be basically blocking off that right flank as far as Stalwart goes, and there you have it. I was talking about it. Shots have been fired.
Indeed, it's actually got to be Mafia Ninja, who hadn't moved for so very long. He's out in the blue. He's still going to go prone, as a battle is breaking out now between the two members of Stalwart Flex. We saw going for that flank, and they come up against INES, which is not going to make things easy for them, and it's going to be Newt who's going to drop Johnny. Refuse is going to fall to Gazor, and INES, they're going to be happy with this one. It's going to be a free couple of kills for them. Johnny alive for a couple more seconds, but he should be finished off here by Newt. And INES still in the blue, but they're very close to the play zone. The problem for them is going to be they had those two kills, right? But once they push on up, for now he's alive. As we have Stalwart Flex, the two surviving members now, they're taking the fight to INES, who have managed to push. No, they're still out in the blue. That could get messy.
They were lucky that the circle was kind of towards their side, of course. So that action is taking place at Mong Nai, which kind of gave DRS Gaming a little opportunity to basically scurry out of harm's way. However, Deadeye's guys, they kind of anticipated the fact that, the commotion took place a little bit north to them, and they could be potentially in a position to lay down the herd as far as DRS goes. But right now, Crypto, with a knock, in fact, to finish on a member of INES, as Clutch and Geisha are trying to get out of harm's way through the blue once again.
But they're being gate-kept so well by these two members, and INES, they have to run back into the blue, and now the blue is dealing...
Lucky with the circle again, Lay.
How lucky can it get? They've been in the blue for so very long, but it's right in front of them for the past 5 minutes, but they still need to move on in, and it's still not going to be easy.
I like what Clutch is doing. They realize that, they're going to have those little compounds over here. He is going to go up north and then kind of tune in a little north of Mongai. In fact, just north of those in his mind, but fair knockdown. They are kind of waiting for that revive to come in. How the tables have turned once more. Mr. Smokey, we too, you have your work cut out for you.
The other Mongolian team in the server C line also getting eliminated. Teams are just falling like flies right now. XP as a circle is brutal indeed, and it's going to be out in the open, pretty much a little bit of cover here. And Stalwart Flex, can we take a look at the map real quickly right now? Stalwart Flex, the two members still alive, right north of the circle. The rest comes in for Crypto, and they're going to be heading into the empty part of the zone. And from down south, it is going to be a bloodbath. It's A1. It is going to be A1 going up against 1952. Entry will be taken down, and Jax, remember, the lone man standing, he is not just basically, he is literally in a 1v4. He converts it to a 1v3. He's got the right angle. Can he survive though? He's got an AK. He's going to immediately try and make a run for it, but 1952 are trying to go in for the finish, and Jax just mounting himself over. He's going to fight another one, but he doesn't quite get the finish, does not manage to get the knock, and it is going to be Jax going down alongside A1.
Props to C Minor for kind of anticipating that move and setting up his flank perfectly. Now they need to cut their loss. The revive is not going to come in even though he can crawl. Oh, actually, they might just pick up their loss. last member. But now, Godless has an idea with Joker is, and Joker, his work is going to be cut out. He's going to come out in the open. He's going to get shot, but who's going to take him out as C Minor finds himself under fire from Stalwart Flex?
Wait, how did Joker survive that? I don't even know. There we go. He's been finally taken out by Icy. Now to find down to the final 3 teams and 5 players left alive in a circle. This is going to get brutal indeed. Crypto is still very much alive. Godless has been spotted out by Torfik. And Torfik taking damage from the blue and is still trying to get the knock, which he will. And Godless now on his knees bleeding out. It's 4 alive and 2 teams in contention. Icy in a 1v2 because Godless, there's no chance for him.
There might still be a chance because he has made it to the circle, and that smoke deployed up ahead as far as Icy's position go is like the perfect decoy. But the question is, how will Icy make it to his teammate? Because, well, he just might spot Crypto. There you go, a few shots being laid down, and it is a 2v2 situation. But the thing is, I wonder if they know that someone's downstairs. Yes, they do, because Godless was just shot upon, and now, you know what? He just might have given Crypto a chance to move in, but Uzum coming in for that flank. Godless been taken out. It's going to be a 1v2, but again, I'm not going to rule anything out against Icy.
Icy, 1v2. We know what flows in his veins. It's not blood. It's cold ice.
Oh.
The flames, however, are going to make it not so icy.
That's
might force him out of his position. That's a fantastic
Just
Molotov. A little short, though, as you pointed out, XP. And those rocks are on fire for right now. For the time being, though, all Stalwart Flex have to do is keep him at bay. The circle is not favoring Zeus right now. So what options do Icy have? He has to take a fight. He does deal a bit of chip damage onto Crypto. Crypto's got a tree for cover. Does he have any utility remaining is the question.
Right now, as far as the comms for Stalwart Flex go, Uzum is definitely going to be keeping an eye on the left side of the rock for his point of view as Crypto makes sure that he covers it right now. Icy does kind of get through. He does have that little bit of a wall for cover, but just barely. Crypto is coming in. I like the fact that he has fully boosted up. Crypto, are you going to make this little bit of a push in? Now, this is just confusion. He wants to make sure he is there while his teammate comes in from the other side.
They're playing it to perfection, aren't they? Not giving a chance, not a chance in hell for the side of Icy. And in the blue, it is going to be played to absolute perfection. And correct me if I'm wrong, that is Stalwart Flex getting their first chicken dinner in the Super Weekend.
It is indeed, and we've all been wondering this question, that where is that chicken dinner? Because they've been getting those high, consistent placement points indeed. However, they didn't have a chicken dinner to their name, and I made the joke, maybe they're vegetarian, but well, we're going to break a few rules over here because the boys are walking away the winners here in Sanhok.
They win it so convincingly as well. And again, we pointed out earlier, we saw that circle, we saw the final place, and we're like, wait, Stalwart Flex are in the best position right now. They even had the player down to the blue, and that was Crypto. He gets res, and I feel it's a very well-deserved chicken dinner. It took a while for them to get it, but they get it in the end.
That position you were talking about at the north was against T2K when they had that little bit of a last skirmish. Right now, as they were coming down, in my mind, I'm thinking, wait a second, there's more cover towards Paradise Resort, but of course, Zeus Esports, they couldn't really handle all that commotion from multiple teams, and Stalwart Flex over here again played it to perfection. Mind you, Crypto was just dancing around while his teammate would have been on the left flank, so they would have secured their win regardless.
Speaking of dancing around, I'm still not going to forget this this entire thing between Dead Eyes guys and Blood Legion. A little bit of bad blood. You know what? I love it. I want to see more of it. But XP, take this one.
Well, you do want to see some more action. I want to see some more action. I'm sure all of you watching at home want to see some more action. So what we're going to do is take a quick little break. We'll be right back after this.
While Pro League South Asia Season 3, we are in the second Super Weekend, day number 2, and it is off to a bonkers start from 16 teams in the lobby. It is looking really good as of now. With that, it is a huge thanks to Oppo F9 and Pro. Hashtag book up your fun. I'm your host, Blotto. Let's move on to our analysts and ask them, when it comes to this rainy map, what did you guys predict, and was it to your expectation?
Well, it was raining teams up until the aggressive, then the kills are going to stop coming in. Well, not stop entirely, but they're going to slow down. But also, one thing I would like to point out in that Donut was the fact that he did not take that much damage as well. So he sort of tends to be a little safe as well when taking those fights, and that is something that you need to focus on.
Top-notch play. Top-notch play coming in from the entirety of this team, I would say. But along with that, let's have a look at the top players coming in from this game.
From this, we could see, alright, so Crypto's out here, 4 kills, 476 damage, 24 minutes of survival time. Even Esports' Jax is here with 3 kills and 2 survival time out here. But Icy with 3 kills. I mean, Zeus and Stalwart Flex, that was a really good fight to see in the final moments. I mean, Godless was taken down early on. So, otherwise, had there been one extra player, it could have been like one extra helping hand, probably.
Another interesting 1v1 situation sort of arose close to the, not close to, well, in fact, at the skeleton area, where we did see Dante from A1 Esports take on one of the players from Carnage Esports. That was the perfect display of the skills these players have, because for around 10 seconds, both of them were not able to take each other down, and both of them were sort of moving quite perfectly, jiggling in and out of those shots, dropping down the HP bars, but the knock did not come in for a while.
But you know what? Who capitalized? 1952.
Yeah.
The third party coming in perfectly for them. With that, of course, they were able to rack up quite a number when it comes to those kill departments. Let's have a look at the match rank, and of course, we know Starlord Flex took a chicken dinner. Well, this time around, not double digits when it comes to the aggression, so that's good because the entire lobby is part of it.
Yeah, this was a game of patience if you want to talk about this, right? Because when we talk about the fights that were happening, right, it was not like every team just going in, because we saw so many teams surviving.
True.
So it was like the kills were meant to be distributed in top 8, and that's one thing, because you can see INES also with 6 kills, T2K with as many kills as 952 and Stalwart. So kills were like distributed in this one.
And that is something that was clearly visible throughout the game as well, as we did say. I mean, up until the 21-minute marker, you see 13 teams alive, but it's just the individual players. Everyone was basically getting third party the moment they tried to go for a team fight. The only full-on team fight that we did see was the very first one, that was Dead Eyes guys taking on the players of XB.
Absolutely, mate, and that of course was a crucial one, because that rivalry that was set up has now kind of started getting into necks of both of them. Well, we'll have to see, of course. There's only day 2 of this wonderful super weekend. Let's move on to the zone analysis and find out when it comes to those rotations on the map of Sanhok, how did it fare, because the circle was not favoring.
First of all, it was that northern circle that no one kind of anticipated, but then the circle was slowly and steadily moving on to the Tatmok Paradise Resorts area, so every team just had to move there, and that's where Carnage was, that's where Zeus already had their hands onto those areas. Even Esports, that was a good rotation, but this is where INES and Stalwart, they were coming up to from the areas of Mongna to get those kill points, to get those numbers. Stalwart, they only had to see INES from their backsides. Once they knew that the backside is pretty good, they can just rush in for the circle and just get a hold of a good area.
Also, good thing that worked out for them was the fact that INES also went up to the northern side, where we did see them come straight down or try and make an attempt to go in that direction, but the players of Skylight Gaming just getting delayed into their rotations because of 1952 being in front of them and not being able to push in towards the circle.
Well, beautiful play. I would say that's just perfect play coming in from so many of these teams, as they were able to get at least, if nothing else, walk away with 1 point. And that is good. But let's combine all of these efforts from the entire lobby and move on to the open moments as the aggression, the rivalry we set up between Dead Eyes guys and XP Blood Legion.
I mean, once they knew that obviously what they were dealing with, they already had to just charge in, and they started up with everything, just took the players down, were ready for the other fights that were happening, and once Ryan was the last one surviving, he knew if he has to take one down, he had to do it and had to finish, but that did not happen, and that's where DE got the best hold of this fight as of now. But now talking about the other fights, and as everyone was moving in, INS Clutch, he tried really good, but first of all, it's the circle, then it's the players, plus an open area. Things just pan out sometimes wrong.
Yeah, I mean, aggression is not always going to work out for him. This is the moment I was talking about, Manish going up against Dante. This was a good 1v1 between these two lads.
Exactly. I mean, those things kind of happen, right? You only had... First of all, you're in an open area, plus you have that backbone cover all for yourself. So those things kind of just, get a hold of the best areas around the fights.
Plus, it sort of showcases what all you need to do in order to survive, in order to take down your opponent. They were jiggling, they were dropping down at the right time, just getting up when the opening was there, take their shots and, get their aim right. But then Zeus Esports getting a little too aggressive against 7 Cs, they lose out on a few of their own.
Exactly. But right now, this is where even Esports, a really good effort coming out from the last player, but then 1952 had the best of everything, and this was the final fight. You can see Crypto did not have any vest on himself, his helmet was also totally damaged, but at the end, all they knew was that, they had to just do everything for that fight for themselves, and they got the best of it.
And they walk away with, well, $1,000 right here. Starwall Flex looking strong, of course. When it comes to the entirety of this lobby, everybody was able to chime in to those kills, and thus, we've got a pretty neat damage to graph right now.
This is a good one.
Yes, exactly. Because we don't see anyone with 0 kills. Like, everyone did get the opportunity to take those fights, and they made it count. Especially in the case of PN Crew, 132 damage being converted to 1 kill.
But talk about DE, right? 1294 damage, but that is at the backside.
Yeah,
right.
So this is where you can talk about going over aggressive, because we have seen this case with Zeus as well a number of times. When they sometimes have like 8 kills or 9 kills at the lower area, but they have like 1600 damage or something. So there's a thin line in being aggressive and over aggressive. That That's one thing you gotta just remember, because if it's the early stages of the fights, if you're shooting someone, they'll be shooting at you as well, because their helmet and vest are totally proper.
Well, again, Ocean, the conversation for that entire saga moves on down towards, well, where are you at when it comes to the overall rankings, you know?